वेलकम टू ऑल। आप देख रहे हैं जियोग्राफी विद नरेंद्रनाथ। और ये वीडियो में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, क्योंकि ह्यूमन जियोग्राफी और उसके जो अप्रोचेस है, बहुत डिफरेंट जो अप्रोच है, द क्वांटिटिव अप्रोच, और सारी अप्रोच को इस वीडियो में, इस लाइव सेशन में हम बताने वाले हैं। और हमारे साथ बने रहेंगे ताकि इस तरह वीडियो आपको मिलते रहे। और उम्मीद करूंगा कि ये वीडियो आपके लिए काफ़ी हेल्पफुल होगी, क्योंकि बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट तो है। ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी के अप्रोच को जानना होगा। जितने सारे अप्रोच है, उस अप्रोच को आपको हम बताएंगे। तो सबसे पहले जो अप्रोच है, द क्वांटिटिव अप्रोच। बेसिकली फर्स्ट देयर इज द क्वांटिटिव अप्रोच व्हिच अटेम्प्ट टू प्रोवाइड द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ द स्पेशल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन of the cities using the statistical data representation in the form of map, gap, table, mathematical equation. There are the huge quantitative approach, and also I explain there one by one. And they are of the inspiration of this approach has come from neoclassical economic and functional sociology. And this approach aim to be scientific. It's very important, the aim to be scientific. Basically, they're the neo-classical economics, basically, and functionalize the sociology. And this approach aim to be scientific and providing the objective description of the cities in such a way that the value and attitude of the observer do not influence the analysis. So it is important, this approach, the attempt to separate the observation from observed, often the term and their approach. And also after there are the philosophical description. And however, the many have question whether such the possible and whether such sense the value of researcher will be reflected them. And it is the important work and the metaphor the who is used for the represent this data. So first of all, welcome to all. I am Dr. Narendranath, and it is very important for human geography the different approaches with in human geography, you know. And also that there are the approach and different approach, such there is the next approach very important. I talk about the behavioral approach. Behavioral approach is important for human geography, second is the so called the behavioral approach. And it is very important for the behavioral approach. And it's called, second is the called the behavioral approach. Basically the different approach important, the behavioral approach, I explain it. Behavioral approach, second, it is the second approach, the human geography their approach. And must will subscribe my channel, and must will visit there are the another different live session if you are going to NET exam, and also the UPSC in geography, and there are the different session. And second is the so called the behavioral approach, which is essential the emerge as the reaction to the unrealistic अर्थात normative assumption, their idea theory example, rather than what actually exists, and of neoclassical function description. And the emphasis here is on the study of people active and decision making process. And their with their perceive many of the explanatory concept and derived from social and psychology and ultra, although they are the phenomenology, the phenomenology. And with it is the emphasis on the way in which people experience. It is very important the which people the experience. And geographer have for a long time been interested in there are the relationship between urban setting and certain aspect of people behavior. And this sort of approach can easily, and there are the can easily fall in deterministic and frame thinking, and where space is caused, in fact, the relationship between environment and behavior. So it is very important there are the environment and behavior, and the emphasis of the most research in this area, where the who is personality, when you will study there are the personality about human beings, of there are some different personality of the human beings, and the emphasis of most researcher in this area has been on the way in which the personality of urban setting influence there the individual and group. So very important, and you know there are the important, and also it's very easily, and there are the personality approaches, and some the different approach also, and once another there are the personal, and the some people are sometime forget, and some they are behavioral issue, and some the realistic, and what is the main personal thinking about her study also, and also there are the different things also. And first of all, welcome to all. If you are new, must subscribe my channel, and you go to there are the life is already finally are the continuously they are play, and there have no problem, you know and the some distributional, and there are the some approach, and when you will go to the approach in human geography, and also both are specific, and also there are the non-specific, and the some approach value and lifestyle of it is the resident, and however the reciprocally it is the personality is also a context that acts to reinforce and narrow a range of human response also. And another, another there are the very structuralized and very suspicious of the every approaches and people and subject the reaction to and the different there are the interpretation of the world, and inside the argument basically the argument the understand society, and one need to probably there are the beneath, and the obviously extend word to approach the underlying and the mechanism at the work. And since the mechanism cannot observe directly, and they must be studied through the pro case of the abstract reason. It is important, and also and it is important that the uh, another issue, and I explain also. And since this mechanism cannot observe directly, and they must be studied through process there are the reason by constructing the theory describe different such as the Maxian theory and anthropology. This attempt to update there are the Karl Marx in the context of this idea, and Karl Marx the 19th century industrial cities, and sometime in the light of development in the 20th century, and these upload the Maxian theory also, and Marxist approach. And basically Marx argue that the key underline and mechanism in the um, in a capitalist society was a conflict between the two major cases over this issue of value. And first the class made of they are the owner of the capital, And second, there are the class of the worker, and who needed the little, but there is the labor power. So of course much uh, has changed since the Marx was written in the 19th century. In the particular, both the um, class structure and the role of their state have become much more complex. And nevertheless, it is a Marxian perspective attempt. Is not. It is the structuralized approach. Basically, there are the there are trace and constraint, there are the imposed and the VVR. So it is very important the powerful group and activities, and there are the lecture session, and critics have argument that if playing down in the perception of the people, and Marxian theory ignore that the fact of any many there are the many different conflict in society in the action of to those based around classes, such as those around the gender, ethnicity, age, sexuality, and also religious. Also, there are the nationality, political affiliation. So it is very important. There are the behavioral approach, and it is very important issue. There is a growing recognition that there are many different interests in the city, many different voice and different theory that can be change this interest. Very important, and these are very burning issue in the human beings. They are the personality, and it is also argued by the critics that the Marxian theory and have a poor sense of the human agency, and also nevertheless it is the undoubtedly true that, and many people are relatively defenseless in the face and of the economic forces. And furthermore, it is the important to the note the Marxian theory are derived in the character, and many scholars have tried to overcome and this limitation as their recent year. And so it is very important, and also the as well as see later in this book. The basic principle of the structuralized thinking provide us their powerful tools for understanding and contemporary social change. It is very important. They are social change, and there are the Harvey, the Harvey concept, and Marxian approach in human geography, and also another of the human managing. It is the first stage, the structuralistic approach. There the Marxian theory is involved the structuralized approach. So the geography is commonly used to reflect the fact, and that different people have widely there are the differing notice of geographical area, and of course of own vision of the space can change over time. And this means that is there can be one urban social geography, and it crucial point, it is very important. And for the example, the suburban area have obtained being the portrayed and the social homogeneous and the relativity safe, and female dominated domestic and private sphere also. And there are the socially heterogeneous male dominated, there are the relatively dangerous public place. So it is basically structuralistic approach is very important. The another approach of the human geography, there are the post structuralistic approach. So I explained there are the post structuralistic approach are strongly, and also their idea and the world can be explained by their single hidden and underline the structure, such as the class-based confliction, and the argument that there are the numerous, and there are the numerous shifting and unstable dimension inequality in society. In addition, in the argument that are the inequalities are reflected in the various form representation, including the language, intellectual theory, advertising, popular music, and city landscape. All of these form of the representation involve the set of share meaning. So it is very important. Set of share meaning. What is the set of share meaning? Must be live chat, and there are the, if you are new, must be subscribe my channel. All our experiments are filtered and through the particular set of culture value. It is the follow that the method by which we represent reality is a important, and it is the underlying reality itself the clearly, and then words are not natural but have powerful underlying words and not the natural. So this means that analysis of the culture is crucial there to understanding language and discuss the effort and post structural thinking, and discuss about the effort of post structural thinking and urban social geography has been sustained to the point the cultural turn. Cultural turn basically this the means analysis of the culture and crucial understanding language and discourse. And the effect of post structuralistic thinking on the urban social geography has been sustained to the uh, point where the subdiscipline has taken clear culture turn. It is very important, and and basically there are the study of urban social geography. When you will study the urban social geography, and don't forget there are the implication of these different perspective will the highlight in the greater detail of the various stage, through the highlight in the greater detail at the various stage, and throughout there are the overall my video, and should be present. We should not judge their physical structure, and that the human geographical approach is very important. And this video for NTA NET geography, when you will study their human geography, so must will forget there are the approaches of the human geography, and there the geography is commonly used to reflect that the fact that different people, widely different nation, the geographical area, our own vision of the space, and can there change the geographical time scale. The geographical these are the means that there can be on one urban social geography. This crucial point is that these imaginated geographies shape the physical structure of the city, and their way in which we are in the turn shape this the structure. For example, suburban area have often been the portrayed as socially homogeneous and relatively safe. There is the female dominated domestic and private sphere. So in shape the contrast, the central city has been portrayed as the socially and also heterogeneous, and also their male dominated relatively dangerous their public space. So as will be described in the subsequent these are different video also great tell the truth. And however, this is the growing and body of the research highlighting the limitation and the simplification, and there are the different related issue on this topic. And if you go to research about the human geography, and there are the very important topic, must will visit my channel, their playlist, PhD guideline, and there are the different video lecture also on this topic. How do you start the research, and how do you write the research proposal and research paper writing also. So it is very important, and there are the human geography, there are approaches, post structural approaches, and there are the another approaches. There are the structuralistic approaches, and also there are the behavioral approach, and also there I explain there are the quantitative approach, and another there are the structuralistic approach. Basically, unlike the quantitative and behavioral approaches, there are the structuralistic is very suspicious of the every character, every appreciation, and the people's subjective reaction. Maxian concept, and Maxian concept. There are the Karl Marx in the context of the 19th century industrial city, and it is the light of development in the 20th century. And this update the Maxian theory are the sometimes termed the neo-Maxian approach. What is the neo-Maxian approach? Basically, neo-Maxian approach, however, most geographers have um, all the structurized approach with the Maxian theory, and I also explained the another video their Maxian theory and approach their behavioral approach, and another there are the structuralistic approach is very important. Once again, I talk about the structuralistic approach. The third, their approach generally known as structuralism. So, structuralism is the unlike their quantitative and behavioral. So, it is very important the quantitative and behavioral approach. Structuralistic are very suspicious of every day, and also people subject the relation to there are the different, and also I talk about the different interpretation of this world, and instead the argument the understand society one needs to have problem. There are the external the world features different problem face that needs to approach, and also the saints, and this mechanism cannot they are observed directly. They must be studied through true cases in the abstract reasoning by the constructing theory also. So there are different approaches and different theories on the population geography. But first of all, you study the urban social geography is very important. There are the key thinker urban social geography according to David Harvey. David Harvey there are explain the urban social geography, and also they are very interesting. I request to all geography students and also population study and their career of David Harvey, illustrated the enormous methodological changes that have taken place in the geography, such as the 1970, and I think 1970 is difficulty in think anyone change methodological change and difficult anyone who has had more influence upon the human geography during the last time. And Harvey, basically Harvey began their career in the late 1960, as the advocate of a scientific approach and positivism and quantitative method of strong case. This is the approach, and this book explanation in geography, explanation in geography wrote by Harvey 1969, शायद मैं ठीक बोला 1969 में है, आप कमेंट करेंगे एक्सप्लेनेशन इन जियोग्राफी 1969 मेरे ख्याल से. And during the early since 1970 began the feel that geographers were paying the insufficient attention to the numerous social issues that were manifest during those travel time. And his next major text, the social justice and the city, 1973, and there are the chart shift there from Harvell position, and the first of all using the many posting, and there are the very interesting 1916 Harvey radical shift. He moved in the 1969 from the University of Bristol, United Kingdom, to the John Hopkins University. And also there are the very interesting another issue I explain, and it is the human geography session, their approaches, but you don't forget the condition and the post modernity in 1989. It is very important. The 1989 Harvey work has been largely spared. There are the city side for concentrating on the class-based economic and sound of the conflict and downplaying their source of inequality in the cities and related to factors such as the gender, ethnicity, and sexuality. There are the Dutch 1991, basically Dutch 1991 and Harvey 1996 also explained. And different in society. Their term is very important, very too much explain. There are the about population, personality, skill development, and how people the manage your work, and how do you think about the different approaches of development also. And main key concept there associate the David Harvey, the commonly neo-Marxian spatial fixed structure and urban entrepreneurialism. And there are the further reading, there are the Castine Harvey, and different scholar books also available on this topic. And must will read carefully, and must will preparation, must will take preparation, a well preparation that make a good result for NTA NET geography. And human geography is very important. And if you continuously read in the book reading, is very important, their book reading. And there are the different important chapter also human geography. It is the social socio-spatial dialect and the macro geographical context. So human geography is too much very different approaches, different theories, and also related about this topic. So I explained there are different approaches on the human geography. And also I want to request to all, if you are new, must will subscribe my channel and click bell icon for further new video. And today in this session there are the human geography on the different approaches. So I think you must enjoy my video. And thank you to all. And once again, if you are new, must will subscribe my channel, must will visit my channel playlist. There are the different session. And coming session, there are the Sunday 7 p.m. and the Hindi medium lecture on the isostasy. Isostasy, there are the Hindi calling the Samastiti Siddhant. So another live stream tomorrow 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. I will live here the Hindi medium student for the isostasy theory, that very important theory of isostasy, must will visit my channel. And I would like to invite to all, must will visit my channel, my live session. Thank you. And thank you to all.